Hey, what's happening everyone? Cody Lefevre here, coming to you with another training update for 2022. Still training every single day, still using general gains. Today's workout is a deadlift workout. Before we get to that, I want to welcome all the new subscribers to the channel. Many of you came over here from the Bromley interview that was just a couple days ago, weeks ago. Who knows whenever this will be published, whatever. Thank you all for subscribing. Thank you for liking, sharing, leaving comments, questions in the description box below. Get to those as I am able to. But for now, it's time to just get to deadlifting. So let's go ahead and knock that out. So what you're seeing is a 3-rep max at 455 pounds. I'm going to follow this up with a batch of singles with a minimum of 3 and a maximum of 6. The goal is here to get up to 6, all really good quality, and ideally they get better in quality as I do more singles. However, if they don't get better in quality, I'll limit myself at 3. I'm pretty sure I can get 3 fairly good ones. Just in the case that I don't, I'll cut short of 3. If it's the next one's trash, I'll go for another one just to see if that was a swing and a miss, a strike. And, you know, hopefully I get past 2 into that 3 to 6 range that I'm desiring. But if they just don't turn out good, then I'm going to go ahead and just cap them at 2, maybe 3, you know. But I'm really shooting for 6 in this next batch of deadlift singles. So that one was harder than I wanted it to be, and I think just so much of it had to do with the fact that I spent some time talking to the camera before I went back to pull it, and maybe cooled down too much. Okay, so got all 6 like I was hoping I would. They did not go as easy as I wanted them to though. The first one was a little tough because I was messing with the camera. They got better as it went along though. I think maybe the 3rd or 4th one was probably best. But all things considered, that I haven't really been deadlifting this much weight or deadlifting very much at all in the last year, and even more. The pulls up pretty good. So now what I'm gonna do is reduce the weight down to 315. I'm gonna pull sets of 3 and probably get 6 there relatively easy is what I hope. I'm going to focus on my setup, dialing that in, and I'm going to also focus on concentric speed. So I'm going to pull the slack out of the bar, accelerate into the lift, pushing hard through the floor, breaks off the floor, flies to lockout. The goal is that my setup and initiation is so good that it just begins to levitate off the floor like magic. Whether or not it does that is a whole other story. We shall see. So I'm going to drink some pre-workout. I guess it's intro workout right now, whatever. And take some weight off the bar and get back to pulling. First set at 315 is done. First one felt like I wanted it to feel. Second one, not so much. Third one got a little bit better than the second. These will get dialed in. I'm going to do 6 sets here total. Feeling pretty good about 315. Yeah. Okay, not so bad on the second one. Now I'm going to do a recap of the workout, explain to you what I did and why. So first thing is I warmed up on the leg press, did a number of sets, very light deadlifts, and I worked up to a rep max with the deadlift. So I hit a 3 rep max at 455 pounds and I called it a moderate effort. Called it a moderate effort because I was confident that I could hit one more rep at the same rep quality. Would have felt harder for sure, but that's kind of the point. I want to have consistent effort ratings here and consistently rate the effort based on the factor that you're focusing and keeping in consideration the speed, my setup, the initiation. These were all the focuses of the deadlift in this session. So moderate, because the next rep would have gone up with the same rep quality, pretty confident about that. Would have felt harder, then it would have been a hard effort set. So hope that makes sense. Followed up with singles. Hit 6 singles. First one was tough because I just had messed around with the camera too much, fiddling around in the gym, trying to find a good angle. And well, what do you know? First one sucked. Kept going. They got better and better and better. So that's sometimes how it goes. After that, I dropped down. I skipped the rep max at 315, and I followed that with triples, 6 triples. Now, the reason why I skipped the rep max is because I was already feeling some fatigue from the 455 pulls. I didn't want to fatigue myself and lower the quality of these follow-up triples. I wanted these all to be like dialed in and get better and better and better, and I feel like they did. The first one here, I rated that an easy because I was confident that my next 2 reps would have been at the same rep quality, would have been the same initiation, the same speed, tension, all that good stuff on that first triple. Now on this side, in that effort rating parentheses, is the last set. I think that also would have been rated easy. When I finished that up, I was thinking to myself, yeah, those actually got better and better and better, as I was hoping they would. So here, when I skip the rep max in general gains, you'll see that what I tend to do is split the effort based on the first follow-up set and the last follow-up set. These being the half sets, follow-up sets traditionally associated. Cannot talk right now. Okay, these are typically associated with the rep max value, right? So I was pretty sure I could hit 315 for a 6, and when I was warming up to the 455, that's when I had figured this out. Like, okay, 315, I'm pretty confident that's the weight I'm going to back down to. Didn't base it off percentages, I based it off of performance. And that's what I really like about general gains, is that when you do these sets, you're trying to focus on performance and not hold yourself accountable some percentage that may not go your way. Because if I was just feeling like crap today, I would have gone much lighter and maybe gone down to 275 on this or something like that. So this kind of hollers back to the original GZCL method I published like a decade ago, where I talk about your warm-up reps count. These warm-up sets, they count, meaning pay attention to them, use them to identify how you're doing that day, focus on the qualities that you need to focus on in your training in that session, because it's going to make you better. It's not just going in there and moving weight, it's moving weight with intent. So the intent in this session was focused on my setup, my initiation, the tension, and pulling hard throughout the range of motion, trying to get a powerful lockout, especially on these triple sets. Kind of feeling tired. It's been a while since I deadlifted this much, seriously. After these, I went to the cable machine. I did the cable pull-throughs and standing cable crunch. I did those for 45 pounds, 15 reps a piece for 4 sets. And did this supersetted so I could work on my core strength, pull my ribs down towards my pelvis, and then my hip strength, squeezing my glutes, and then squeezing my abs tight as I go to extension on that cable pull through. This pull through, I've been really liking it lately because it doesn't load the spine, and it's a great superset with the cable crunch, just working that trunk strength, working hip extension and ab flexion, just building the muscles that are going to be responsible for driving up the deadlift. In addition, of course, to upper back strength and a deadlift, leg strength, all that good stuff. So, followed up the workout with an alternating cable row. Now, probably because I was lazy, I kept it at 45. Maybe could have gone heavier. Also did this for 4 sets of 15 reps, and maybe could have gone a little bit heavier. Used 45 pounds because I was, again, lazy. Perhaps could have done 18 reps per set. Maybe 20 would have been pushing it. But doing in that alternating fashion where you're holding your hand back as the other one works, and then you hold that one back and this one works, it blasts, absolutely smokes my biceps and then my rhomboids as well. Trying to work on developing that rhomboid strength. I did jack them up on a weighted pull-up a couple of years back, and it's still like a nagging injury. However, you got to train through that stuff and just keep it going, pushing hard and getting the work done. And it's getting better and better, thankfully. And this alternating cable row, if you haven't done them before, I definitely suggest you do them. You could also do alternating lat pull down. Many people do this stuff with alternating dumbbell bench, alternating dumbbell overhead press, also great options. So this here was the workout. I hope you understand the method to the madness here how a general gains workout is structured, how I execute them. This has a little bit less volume than I would typically do for something like shoulders, and most of that is just because I don't have the specific work capacity for a whole bunch of deadlifting. I don't deadlift that often. I haven't in the last couple of years, mostly because the lift wasn't agreeing with me. Getting past that, developing a little bit of courage in the gym, because there was a time when the deadlift was giving me all kinds of hell. It's getting better. So with that in mind, I'm deadlifting more, setting goals for the deadlift, and I'm pretty confident I'm going to accomplish these goals as long as I stick to this plan right here of just coming in, doing deadlifts, working on the technique, the setup, the initiation, the tension, pulling fast throughout the concentric range of motion, and then also developing those muscle groups that are responsible for the strength necessary to pull, you know? So there's two facets of getting strong. It's the skill, but then it's also the muscular capacity. And here with general gains, I'm training both of those things. And yeah, if you've got questions on this workout, on a general gains workout, drop them in the comments boxes below, and I'll try to get to your question. And if not, I'll refer you to some blog posts that I've perhaps written, or a Reddit post, comment, something. I'm going to get it done and help you get strong like I have been for like the last decade with the GZCL method. This is just that new flavor, that new style. And I've been doing it for a couple of years now, and as many of you noticed in the last training video, I am looking pretty juicy right now. Definitely in peak bulk mode, and feeling strong, and just liking how I look, honestly. Spent the last year working on my upper body. Went exactly as I hoped. Now I'm going to work on some deadlifting, some benching, pressing, squatting, and I'm pretty confident they're going to go exactly how I hope. Thanks for watching the video. I appreciate you sticking around for this rundown of my training session. Again, if you got comments, put them in the comments boxes below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to this video, and start running general gains for your training, because it's the best training plan out there.